Hello everyone. So really quickly, I just wanted to go over with you a few of the conventions of project number 3, hopefully to help promote your success. As you'll see on the assignment prompt, one thing that you want to keep in mind is that there are subheadings in each section of the essay prompt to help you remember what you should write in each portion. The introduction, in a lot of ways, mirrors the introductions we did for projects 1 and 2. So you're introducing your subject in general. You should acquaint the reader with the topic and problem by providing a brief summary of the issue, as well as including brief yet pertinent general background information. Next, you will include your thesis statement. Your thesis should have 3 possible solutions, and you shouldn't let the audience know which solution you side with yet. I do want to add a side note that you also will need to include an abstract with this project. Don't forget to include an abstract. An abstract should come before your introduction in a page of its own. After outlining all you should in an abstract, which I've included in an announcement on Blackboard, but I will briefly talk about now, you will move into the introduction, which I just outlined. So with your abstract, just keep in mind that the goal is kind of similar to your introduction. There is a redundant quality to each one, but the abstract will summarize your research paper in a concise way, as I've noted, in a comprehensive manner. You will have to use APA for project number 3, so you want to make sure that you are giving in your abstract before the introduction a clear indication of the project's rationale, so your overall problem, the different areas of the project, right? So if you're looking at the assignment prompt, you'll see you should let the audience kind of know holistically. It's even a little bit more in depth than the introduction in that regard, that you're going to go over the recommended solution or plan for action, the possible solutions, problem, background. So you're going to mention in some way that you're going to explore all of those elements in your abstract. You'll not mention that in the introduction. So that's what I mean when I say the abstract can be in some ways even more specific than the introduction itself. And of course, abstracts are honored in many disciplines, mainly the behavioral sciences. So that's why we will use those. Remember that in your problem section, which is the first body paragraph section, you should just have a minimum of 1 body paragraph. And this is where you will have a detailed research-based explanation of your problem, who it affects, and how much it costs society or individuals. Your third body paragraph section will be your background section. This can only be 1 body paragraph. As noted on the prompt, you will use research to show the problem's history as well as its causes. In the next section, which is the possible solution section, and I do want to add, make sure that you include subheadings, you will elaborate on your 3 different ways of solving the problem that you mentioned in your thesis. As noted, you should devote at least 1 paragraph to each point, so to each solution, but you can have more than 1 paragraph per solution. You should mention the advantages and disadvantages of each solution. Because each possible solution should be a minimum of 1 paragraph, this section should be at least 3 paragraphs. Your next section is the recommended solution or plan for action. This is where you get to integrate your voice some without using I. Remember that a statement can read as argumentative without stating I. The recommendation you make should be supported with evidence from research and logical reasoning in your recommended solution or plan for action. It should also professionally address any possible objections to the solution. In other words, you should acknowledge your naysayers in an effective yet respectful manner. I did make a template called How to Engage with Your Naysayers and integrate your research in. If you look at that project number 3 folder on Blackboard. You also want to make sure that you use formal language throughout the entire project. You will have a references page, so it's titled References when you use APA versus Works Cited, and you'll want to make sure that your conclusion restates all of your key points. Of course, as always, if you have any questions, please let me know, but I hope that this brief video was useful and gave you kind of a verbal element to help you remember what it is you should accomplish in this project.